Hey everybody, welcome to the Late Horror Show. We got a Dracula tag.
Haven't done a tag video in a while.
By Sean Erschen. So go check out his channel.
Some good questions, Sean.
Sean Erschen.
Especially because it's all Dracula. Not vampires, but Dracula.
Right.
It pigeonholes you a little bit. You really got to think about Dracula films. So
yeah, no, it was, yeah, when you sit there and you go, was that person Dracula or was that... So yeah, a very interesting tag video here. And he did tag us. He knew we would dig this.
it's right up our alley. We do this stuff.
So yeah, go. Links are down below. Go, check out Sean Erschen's channel.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of tag videos, reviews, stuff like that too. So, but yeah, let's just get into this.
And we don't know each other's answers, so
we don't know each other's answers. So, yeah, the Dracula tag. I'm Dracula,
blah, blah, blah.
dead and loving it. Oh, anyways. Okay, so question number 1. What is your favorite Dracula movie of all time?
Oh.
Of all time.
Who's going first?
Mine wasn't that hard.
Yeah, what is it?
Huh?
Dracula.
No.
What?
Dracula. Mine was Nosferatu, the Vampire, 1979.
Mofo, that's mine too.
By,
Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog, played by Klaus Kinski.
Yes.
Mine
too.
And it is a Dracula. So
right. Even though he plays Count Orlok, this is a remake of the Nosferatu silent film.
Right.
Which they didn't clear the rights for Bram Stoker's Dracula. They used the story, but changed the name.
Right.
And ended up getting sued. And
yeah.
It was ordered for like all those original prints to be destroyed. So this is a remake of that film, and it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. The mood, atmosphere, the feel. Again, Klaus Kinski, how he plays the character. And I love when the lighting in the background. And there's a scene in that movie where he goes across in the moonlight and he stops in front of the camera.
Yes.
And moves on.
Even just the first 5 minutes with those mummified bodies. And
So you know what? I mean, I could pick tons. I mean, a lot of people. This is our picks, I guess.
Mine too.
I'm surprised I'm not surprised you picked it because we've seen all the same movies together, and we really did enjoy
Dracula
this
film.
one.
I think is honestly the best work of art.
Yeah.
Nosferatu the Vampire. Work of art.
There you go.
Whether it's the German or English version, don't matter.
We'll try not to keep this an hour long. So
why
here
not?
we go. So question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the best actor to portray Van Helsing?
Probably have the same answer for that one. Let me say his name. Let me say it, because it just Peter Cushing, no doubt, hands down.
We got different.
What? I'm gonna choke you out. What? Peter Cushing was the greatest Van Helsing.
I chose Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, you're high on crack. Anthony Hopkins.
It's my choice.
Doesn't mean
Damn
it's right.
Oh, but yours is?
Yes, mine is the correct answer.
Well, Peter Cushing's good, but
I get an A.
Well, Anthony Hopkins gets an A+.
Didn't he take a whiz in that movie? Don't they see him taking a whiz? And
I think Anthony Hopkins is just such a great actor,
is a great
and
actor,
he played it fantastic. I mean, I love Bram Stoker. I love that movie.
I'm a fan too, of course.
But his character is, well, we'll get to the other answer. But yeah, Anthony Hopkins and Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992. I believe it was 1992, right? Yeah.
Yes, 1992.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't pick Peter Cushing. I thought for sure you'd be right there with me.
You're sucking me into the Hammer and Cushing and all that stuff, but come on,
come on, guys.
It's still Anthony Hopkins. Okay, come on. So either's a great answer. I mean, hey. So question number 3. Who was the best actor to portray Dracula? This is going to be interesting. I chose Gary Oldman.
So did I.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Gary
you guys
Oldman's
are probably
tough to
going.
beat.
You guys are probably going. They're not picking old school. Bela Lugosi is. A
Bela
lot of these
Lugosi
are so
is
good.
iconic, but he's stiff.
Right. As far as
Lee,
acting goes,
kind of the same.
Yeah, as far as acting goes, I mean, Gary Oldman just.
I mean,
he did
in all of Dracula's stages throughout that film. He just brings it. Whether he's the old, the old count,
he nailed it.
The
man.
prince, the bat,
blood,
the Wolfman character. I mean, just it's probably my most favorite thing about that film, and I'm a huge fan of that film.
It is.
I
adore it.
Oh, I adore that film.
I mean, it's a great film, but it's not.
And it was a great
definitely
date
not
movie
one of my
back then.
Yeah,
because chicks could like it too. Because it was
I don't
sort
know
of
if
a love
Keanu
story.
Reeves got me with that film. I just there's something about him
down
just threw
things
me
about
off.
it. Well, see, I kind
But
of find,
overall,
I kind of find Anthony Hopkins' performance in that film a little like he just seems a little too goofy. A little too rambunctious. I always picture Van Helsing a little bit more serious, cold, and calculating. And he's been at foes with Dracula for so long.
But we both agree, Gary Oldman.
Okay. Gary Oldman.
Very good. Interesting. So far we got 2 answers correct.
Yeah.
The same. Question number 4.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite weapon against Dracula? Interesting question. Yeah, I mean, the easy answer is to say the stake, but I picked the cross.
So did I, the crucifix.
Did you?
Yes, I did. And my favorite is Brides of Dracula when Peter Cushing uses the windmill.
Yeah.
He brings the windmill down in the form of a cross and the shadow falls upon the vampire.
I was going to say the shadow, yeah.
Oh, and even in Horror of Dracula or Dracula, if you're from UK, the Hammer film, when he uses the candlestick holders, like this, and then he shifts it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cross has been used in so many different ways in vampire movies, Dracula movies. It's the first thing that came to my mind. And I mean, I did say, pick, you're going to kill it, but how the weapon is used.
The crucifix is more in your face. Like, they could be getting real close to you, bam.
Well, right. How many different ways.
It gives you the upper hand for a moment.
How many different ways you can use the crucifix in different ways, very artistic ways for filming. Is why I chose it. So, I agree. Good.
Go.
So we got another one the same. Okay.
All right. Now this
question number 5. What is the worst Dracula film of all time?
What'd you pick?
I picked Billy the Kid vs. Dracula.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
Exactly.
And I've seen that.
I know.
That's coming out on Blu-rays, I think.
They're bringing it out. Well, they got to bring it out.
I mean, people love that kind of stuff.
No, I know. It's one of those, things that are so bad.
I wouldn't hit a dead dog in the ass with that movie.
It's like a total Mystery Science Theater kind of movie where you can.
I tried to block it from mine. I didn't even pick it.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So that was mine.
I picked
what did you pick?
Dario Argento's Dracula. Did you see that version?
I haven't seen that one.
Don't.
Okay.
Dario Argento used to be great, and he is just. He hadn't done a good movie in 20-some years. This has Rutger Hauer in it playing Van Helsing. You think that would be cool? No, it's stupid.
You think it would be,
He puts his daughter Asia in there basically just for the, she gets naked in every single one of her films that she's in with her dad. That's weird. And
it is weird.
The guy that plays Dracula, it's just bland. It's stupid. The story's all jacked up. He even turns into a praying
New Jack City
praying mantis. That's what Dracula turns into, a giant CGI'd praying mantis.
Really?
Plus, it was a 3D movie. It's crap. It's garbage.
Oh.
I can't believe.
Doesn't sound good.
No, and I watched the whole thing because I thought.
That's why I haven't given.
Because I went through my Dario Argento phase. Right? I mean, I've seen every film he's done, just about.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple exceptions that are kind of harder to find, but it's garbage.
Okay. Okay then. Number 6. What is your favorite scene in a Dracula film? Mine is the classic Dracula 1933, Bela Lugosi. That scene where he ascends the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a very iconic scene, one that sticks in my brain. I just love it. It's very moody, atmospheric, and again, I love the old movies. And that scene, if I'm going to pick a scene, is my favorite of all time. So there you go.
Well, even though the original book doesn't have any of this in it,
yeah,
I'm a sucker for Gothic. I'm a sucker for those Gothic romance, horror stories. I love in Bram Stoker's Dracula '92 when Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder's character are having that moment in the, when they're all hunting him and he's come to her as the green mists under the door, and he says, I've waited, I've swam oceans of time to find you, and she's going to become the vampire. She's going to suck his blood, and they realize, their souls, were connected. Yeah. And I just love that part. It's very romantic. It's very Gothic. I love that part in the movie. It's just heartbreaking, especially when she starts sucking the blood and he realizes, oh my God, look what I'm doing to you. I love you too much to do this to you. None of that bullshit's in the book, but I love that scene. It's well played.
That's your favorite scene. Okay.
It gets me every time, man. It tugs at the heartstrings. I mean, I'm a lover, not a hater, and I love that. I think.
No, I get it.
Even though that's not in the book,
yeah,
I personally think Dracula is a better story for that kind of stuff that we always add into it, the love story into it. Because there's no love story in Dracula at all, like in Nosferatu, the vampire. Yeah. There's no love story, but part of me just really loves that whole, that was the reason for it. So I'm a sucker. So that's my favorite scene in a Dracula movie. Who would have thought? But I thought about that
one. Okay. Question number 7. Mm-hmm. What is the best line from Dracula in film history?
Oh, I'm sure we have the same answer.
You go ahead.
I never drink wine.
We have the same answer.
I knew you were going to pick that
funny. Well, I mean, again, here we go. Now we're flipping to the old school stuff. It's so iconic, so classic. Yeah, I mean, Bella's great, man.
He's great.
That's a great line. He has a few really. Was that lightning or thunder?
It's
is there a storm coming out there? What's going
blood on Satan's claw, man. The thing's coming.
Yeah, it's coming through it's coming through the woodshed. Anyways, that's cool that we got the same on that so far. Yeah, almost half. We got the same so far. Okay, 4. So question number 8. What is the best parody or comedy featuring Dracula?
We have the same answer for this.
Probably. I mean, Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. No? I
was wondering if you were going to pick that.
I have to. That's my favorite of all time. That's my favorite.
But see, Dracula plays it serious in that one. So, but it is a comedy. So
right.
It counts.
Right.
I picked Dracula Dead and Loving It, even
Leslie Nielsen,
because I adore Leslie Nielsen.
No,
I think he's very funny, and just
that
because
was in the back of my head, but
just because I'm saying that's kind of like my favorite Dracula comedy doesn't mean I'm giving it praise.
Right.
I don't want to make because it's not a good movie.
No,
but I like his deadpan style. Of
does the Police Academy, Naked Gun stuff,
or his Police Files. Police Files, the TV show, and Naked Gun, and all those that he did.
Yeah.
Or,
no, I hear you.
What was that one? 2001: A Space, where he did a spoof on it. That was funny.
He did a lot of different
that deadpan humor that he did so well.
Yeah.
I picked that, but again, I'm not trying to say it's a great movie.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, but good. I get it. But yeah, you can't go wrong with having Costello meet Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. And you get all the characters, the Universal Monsters.
It's true.
So question number 9. Which film had the worst representation of Dracula on screen? Let me turn the page.
You had to flip pages. I'll let you go first.
Easy. Dracula 2000 with Gerard Butler.
I didn't even see that.
It was terrible. He did.
See that.
And he's a good actor in some movies.
Right.
He's not such a good actor in others.
So,
and that was just a
now,
miscasting.
what was that made it bad? Let's at least give him that.
Well, the movie stunk.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Was there anything about him that...
Well, he just miscast. He did not play the part well at all. And on top of it, he seemed like he just did not give a crap.
Mm-hmm.
So, with all of that thrown together, I mean, it's really one of the worst performances I've seen.
Okay.
So,
I didn't see that film. So I picked, where Universal was trying to do their new MonsterVerse. I picked this Dracula Untold crap. Not that the acting was bad.
okay.
Luke Evans did fine for what they gave him, but it was the point that they have to now make Dracula a hero. He's
Am I
not
going to have to oil this
I know
chair up?
it is squeaky a little bit.
It's awful squeaky this week.
It's Dracula's not a monster anymore. He's a hero of the people that becomes a vampire, and that's what they were going to carry over. If
I liked the movie.
If these movies were going to pick up, this is how he was going to be portrayed. He's not a monster, and I don't know. If you're already starting off as a good guy and then you become Dracula, I mean, I didn't dig it. I didn't dig any of these new. I didn't even see The Mummy. Because after I saw this, I'm like, well, God, if this is the way they're going, I don't like that. And I didn't even
burn our ears.
See, I didn't even bother. I mean, if I don't like the first one, and it sounds like they just shoehorn that. So, out of the ones that I've seen, I didn't like that one. I thought it wasn't right.
Next question I meant to ask you. But anyways, I'll let you go first because we probably got the same answer because I couldn't think of which movie it was, though. Number 10. Which film had the best death of Dracula? It's a Hammer one, right?
Oh, for me, of course.
Okay, and I think it's probably going to be the same one.
Mine is Dracula has risen from the grave.
Yes.
This is where Christopher Lee's Dracula is knocked from the balcony of the castle, and he lands on it had been thrown over previously. He becomes impaled on a crucifix.
Yeah.
Is that what yours was?
Yeah.
Damn, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Dracula's risen from the grave. And then Taste the Blood of Dracula
remember.
Picks up right where that leaves off.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember.
Okay.
Because...
So you just wrote the one with...
I knew you were going to come up with it for some reason.
That
and I'm
is
like
the
going,
best.
that's what... So, yeah.
I mean, when Christopher Lee's just on that cross and he's...
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. No other movie's done that.
Yeah.
No other movies. I mean...
Well, Subspecies kind of was cool.
But not impaled on an actual crucifix.
No, it was more of a tree.
Yeah, it was a tree.
It was a tree, yeah. Okay, cool. So there you go, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Number 10. Which film had... No, we're on 11. What is the most underrated Dracula film? This one for me, because not many people talk about it, I think is the original Dracula 1933 Spanish version. 31. Why do I keep saying 33?
Oh, you're right. That's a great answer.
But the Spanish version, a lot of people don't talk about it.
Most of you probably that own the Blu-rays of it probably didn't even watch it. It's on there.
It's, I'm hard pressed to say it's better than
in some ways it is. In some ways it is.
But yes, in some ways it's better.
Same set, same everything.
Just refilmed with different actors and little
differences.
Makes little things different and just fantastic.
I didn't even think about that one. I should have picked it, but well.
No, that's a
great answer.
Yeah,
I bet a lot of people have not bothered to watch it because ever since it's been
they're
on
like
DVD,
it's Spanish. Why watch it?
But ever since it's come out on DVD, it's always been included. It's like watch it. It's there, but most people don't. I don't know anybody. You and me are the only people I know who have watched it.
Oh, they're missing
I don't
out,
know
man.
Anybody else who's watched it?
Missing out.
I picked a Hammer film, The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, which is starting to get a little bit of love now. It just had a Blu-ray release, and if you look online, you'll find it on some lists now of underrated or underappreciated horror films.
Here now.
This was Hammer's one and only
underappreciated Dracula.
There it is.
films.
See, look, first one.
Holy crap! Wow.
This was Hammer's last Dracula film, and unfortunately, Christopher Lee didn't come back for it. Dracula's
I don't
played
want nothing
by,
falling. There's my Dracula.
Dracula's played by a different actor. I wish Christopher Lee had come back, so at least he would play Dracula in the entire series. But he didn't.
Damn it.
But this was Hammer's collaboration with the Shaw brothers out of Hong Kong, and this was like horror and kung fu. But it's a good story. It's got Peter Cushing reprising Van Helsing. He goes to China to learn a bit about the legends over there. They've got some similar legends. Actually, the movie even starts out with this Chinese guy, this monk, whatever, traveling to Transylvania to find Dracula.
Okay.
All right, and then Dracula sort of takes over his body, and there's kung fu fights, and it sounds
awesome.
Stupid.
No,
it sounds stupid, I guess, but it's a damn good movie, and it just got a Blu-ray release. It looks really good. It's a fun movie, and it's actually not that bad. I mean, it had a reputation at one time for being kind of a stinker.
Yeah.
But it's getting some love now, and I think people should give it a watch.
It's those movies that end up being cult classics.
Yep.
So there you go. Okay, so last question from the Dracula tag by Sean Erschen. Oh, we got to finish it. Oh.
Yeah, we got to answer the question.
Okay, so question number 12. Thoughts on Francis Ford Coppola's version of Bram Stoker's Dracula? Is it a solid film or is it nonsense?
Or is it a solid adaptation of the book? Right?
I guess it cut off it. Overblown Hollywood nonsense.
Okay.
Faithful adaptation.
That was the kicker there.
There you go. I'll let you go first.
All right. I love Bram Stoker's Dracula 1992.
Yeah.
I like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
When you take all the films that are official adaptations of Bram Stoker's Dracula,
right,
Francis Ford Coppola's version is more accurate than most.
Agreed.
But he throws a lot of stuff in there that isn't in the book. The love story chief among them.
Yeah.
And his version is one of the only ones to show certain things like the massacre on the Demeter, the ship. Most other films don't even show that. They just gloss over that.
Right.
Things like that. It just throws a lot of stuff in there. It keeps the locations accurate and all that jazz. But it's just mostly that love story and stuff that they stick in there, and the stuff about Vlad the Impaler, giving him... I get what he was trying to do, but most of the big beats in the movie are in the book, even much of the same dialogue. However, there is a 1977 version, British version. It was a mini-series with Lewis Jordan, who was the bad guy in Swamp Thing. I think he was with the bad guy in Octopussy, maybe, or...
He's a bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
He's bad.
He plays Count Dracula, and it was done by the BBC. I think it was like a 2-part miniseries.
Yeah.
That is very accurate as well. It mixes some of the characters up. It's not 100% faithful in many ways. But it is also, maybe even more so, a more faithful adaptation of Bram Stoker's book. And you can watch that for free on YouTube. It's not super great. It's not high def quality or anything, but it's certainly watchable on a tablet. You can watch it for free right now on YouTube. So between the two, I'd probably say the 77 British version is a little bit more accurate. Francis Ford Coppola's is a little bit more Hollywood. But
would you call it nonsense?
No, it's not nonsense. I mean, it adds stuff to the story, but it's not the first one to do that. I mean, Frank Langella's one in 79 added a lot of love story to it and things like that. None of the Hammer ones did, though. They didn't add these love stories in there. He was a monster. He was out for blood. So.
Right.
So it is accurate to an extent. I think you'd probably agree with me.
Yeah.
But it definitely adds stuff. And if you haven't read the book, you don't know. And
I don't think you can, like I said, I don't think you can find something that's, 100% faithful to the novel or the book. I mean, there might
maybe
be
it's just because Francis Ford Coppola dared to put Bram Stoker's Dracula in the title.
Right.
Saying that it is based on it.
Probably why Sean asked the question.
And
yeah.
He does take many liberties.
Pretty close. But
again, I think, when I read Dracula, I like to read Dracula. But when you watch the movie, and maybe you feel this way too, it's nice that all is there and fleshes it out, and it gives the characters a little bit more motivation. I mean, when you're when you're reading Dracula, why the hell is he going to London in the first place? Why the hell is he even going there? Well,
and by God, Ted,
when all this happens, there's motivation. But then why was he going to go to London in the first place anyway? I don't know.
But again, they've made the stories there, and they've made how many versions of Dracula?
Yeah.
So if everybody made the same story exactly the same,
pretty dull.
over and over and over and over again, it would be pretty dull.
And it's amazing how they're
you gotta
all
take
very
liberties
different.
with them. Yeah.
They all take such. I mean, the core kind of stories there, but Hammer, Universal.
So I think that's why they have to. I mean, I mean, they don't have to, but I think they do. Just because it's
I mean,
like Robin Hood. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a public domain type movie. It's been done
to death
100 times, maybe more. Who knows?
I still like the Errol Flynn one.
Right,
the most inaccurate one out of all of them.
Yeah.
I don't think they had green tights back then. But so I guess I would say, and you probably agree with me. I know I'm doing most of the talking here. That Francis Ford Coppola's version is accurate to a point, but there's a lot in there that isn't, and plus it's a lot more overtly sexual than there's a lot more of that going on in there,
which is good. Yeah,
which is good. But I mean, you know what I mean. That wasn't in the book.
Right.
That's put in there, so that's Hollywood, whatever.
Oh yeah.
The British one, a little bit more dry.
Entertainment.
But if you'd probably be interested in checking that one out too. There's some cool effects in there, for like when people are getting bitten and Dracula's draining the blood. There's some cool sort of Doctor Who-ish effects. But it was cool for what it was.
Speaking of British films, I just watched The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes.
I haven't seen that, but I know of it.
And I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, and I've never watched that one before, because it's a little different, not comedy.
Who's in that film? It's not Michael Caine, is it?
No.
Who am I thinking?
Shoot. You got me at the wrong time. I'm not saying it. But anyways, so there you go. I mean, there's the Dracula tag by Sean Erschen.
Good question.
Links in the description box. Go check out his channel, Sean Sean Erschen Erschen, I believe.
Oh, great! Let's spell the kid's name.
If I'm wrong, Sean, I'm sorry, but the link is down there.
We love.
So there you go. That was fun. Enjoyed that. Little extra video this week for you. So hopefully you like our video on the blood on Satan's claw. Go check that out.
Check that claw out.
We had fun with that one. I think Satan was in us a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. He's in me now.
Something strange. Oh, something strange was going on there. But anyways.
No, it's just belly button lint. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez. It's like a whole pillow. What's this? God damn it. So until next time, you guys, we'll see you later. Late Horror Show. Bye.